there's a theater in South Florida that we have held a wonderful world at called the Colony Theater. And I have been singing at the Colony Theater for the last 6 years. I have an annual concert that I do in South Florida, and it's a fundraising concert every year. And so I've known a lot of the management there. Michelle Hausman, who is the artistic director, has seen my shows, and so I'm familiar with some of the staff there, and they've seen me perform. So I believe, and I know this is how it happened, Michelle suggested to the director, Christopher Renshaw, when my character's part opened up, because they had a cast already set for A Wonderful World, because they had done the table reading, they'd done like not a mock, but the table reading about a year before in New York. They had auditioned for it. They had an amazing cast, and they still have an amazing cast. But the one character, the main character, that was not returning because of a conflict, because of something else that she had that took precedent at that time. So my character was available and was open. And so Michelle highly recommended me to the director. And so in October of 2019, I happened to be performing my first professional musical as an adult in Boston, just outside of Boston, at the North Shore Music Theater, and I was in the bodyguard there. And I got this email, and they said, "Oh, do you think Nicole would be interested in doing this world premiere in Miami?" And I'm thinking to myself, who world premieres? And then I thought, in Miami, and I'm thinking, oh, well, I do remember one world premiere, which was One Night in Miami, or a new play that I loved and I thought so highly of, called One Night in Miami, that happened in October of 2018. So I said, well, I know that they're doing amazing things, but how weird is it that I'm in New York, living in New York part-time, auditioning in New York, doing the hustle, trying to get these gigs in New York City, and then all of a sudden I get offered a part in a musical in Miami at a theater that I know. So at first it just didn't seem real, because it was kind of like, don't I have to audition and hustle like everybody else does? Like same way I got this gig, the gig that I was on. But the more I looked into it, and then the more I read about Christopher Renshaw, the director, and then when I got that script and I read that script, first, we have it it's in 4 parts. That first part, when I first read the first act, I was like, count me in, this is amazing. The writing is so beautifully done, and the story, it was just so touching. I was, hands down, I was very excited about it. So Christopher actually came up to Boston to see me in the play, and then we had a chance to have brunch the next day and talk about it. And at that time I was still kind of uncertain, because I knew it was going to take up a lot of time and things were really swinging for me in New York. But then I was like, no, I think I want to do this. I definitely want to do this. And I met the rest of the cast in January, at the end of January. The first week we started rehearsing, I think it was January 19th. And then we did a showing January 27th in New York. And then we all came down January 29th to Miami to start really doing the rehearsals.